Bill Bilkey, or Clash with Bill for the casual clasher. It's May 29th, 2020, week 9 of the COVID virus, and I haven't had a haircut in probably 12 weeks. But let's go into a little bit of minor attacks. So let me back up just so you know. So I'm doing this on the BenQ RP6501K 65-inch 4K interactive flat panel. I've got the BenQ EW800ST smart projector. It's got a built-in browser and Android. And I've got the BenQ InstaShow, which is a wireless presentation device. So I'm going HDMI out wirelessly from my panel to the projector, and that's how you can see the view in both. So here's a war we recently did. So I'm number 13. So I hit my mirror. We always do that for our first attacks. So this is a clean base that wasn't hit before. So what I can do here is I can annotate a little bit. So I did not review what I had done, but I'm assuming I probably took these walls out with my earthquake. I'm assuming I took, I guess I already started it, so let's, here's the replay. So I did take these walls out here.
Coming from the projector.
Let me drop the volume a little bit.
It's coming from the projector.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, so you should probably pause while you annotate.
Okay, so let's mute that. All right, so I started out with the queen walk, broke the walls here because I want to take out the, just make sure I get my 2-star, so I made sure I take out the Townhall, and then I want to take out the enemy clan castle troops, and then I want to take out the Eagle Tower. And then once I do that, I'll be able to drop my hogs, which I've already done, it looks like. And then the miners will be the cleanup. So it looks like I've got some miners left up here. Clean up a little trash around there with the wizards. And it's a 3-star attack. And it was the I don't know what you call it. It was most impressive attack, or whatever it is. Okay, so there's that. All right, let's do another bonus content. So we're gonna do a minor attack here. So we're 12, this is a Townhall 13, but he's got weak walls. But we're still going minors anyway. So we're gonna start out with the queen walk down here. Probably try to take out his Eagle artillery. The things we want to worry about with the minor attack are these, when you're going against a Townhall 13, are these scatter shots there, which are pretty brutal. His Eagle artillery is maxed out, and he's got the Townhall 13, which looks like that's maxed out, so it's going to be pretty brutal in there. So we start out getting in there pretty far. The thing I like about the blimp is that it goes right for the Townhall, but watch how quickly the troops died from this Townhall 13. So you got to watch that. So we've got the bowlers in here distracting, and we've got the miners over here. Oops, and they'll follow around. Hopefully the queen will get the Townhall taken out here, and maybe this, and hopefully the scatter shot. So actually, the miners, I sent in the suggestion for the miners as a tip of the cap to my relatives from Cornwall. which is heavy demining, and they came out with miners, which was nice. All right, so miners are cruising around here. You've got the multi-inferno tower hitting the above ground troops, but the miners are probably avoiding that because they're underground, so they avoid the bombs. They avoid, they only pop up when they're attacking something, so that's when they're vulnerable. And they're not that powerful. They can't take a ton of damage, but they're fast. So anytime you have a big base layout, that's when you want to go miners. I have a couple war attacks I'll show you too after this. Single inferno there, but we've got the healers still going too. So whenever I use the miners, I either like to have them bunched up with the healers, because the healers will heal the miners, or where the hogs are going for distraction, or other big troops like maybe an ice golem. So that's a bonus miner attack. Let me show you 2 war attacks, and then we should be good. So 42 trophies, that's not a bad attack. That was from Awesome, working the way up. All right, so what we do in war again is we hit the equivalent on the map for our first one. So Awesome's number 12. So she hit number 12. And she did a minor attack. So Ice Golem or Pika. About 18 miners, 6 or 7 bowlers is what we use, your 6 healers. So we're gonna come in this way. This is probably a common one. So we opened the whole base up with the earthquakes. I like using earthquakes. And we're gonna come in from here. Sometimes we'll come in there, but there's a lot of traps sometimes. So now we're coming in, pulling out the clan castle troops. We're gonna drop these down, and then hopefully as much gets in there as possible. Then we're going to rage it to take out the clan castle troops, and then we'll want to get over here and get the archer queen out. Hopefully these guys come through, take out the archer queen as our queen walk comes this way. Now we're dropping the bowlers here, and haven't dropped the miners yet. Well, bowlers and hogs are going there. All right, dropping the hogs in here to take out this inferno tower. Haven't dropped the miners yet, so cleaning some of this garbage out. I think we'll probably want to take those out, and then once those are out, we'll drop the miners to clean up around the edges. So, if we can get that big hole in there, and then have the miners come sweep through. Okay, so we drop the miners over here by the bowlers and the ice golem, hoping that they'll tank for it. And once the ice golem again gets killed, it'll also act as a freeze spell. So miners will be going down here, which we've got plenty of freezes here. So we'll freeze that. The bowlers came over nicely to match up there. Just keeping the inferno towers frozen as much as we can to save our healers, as long as we can keep them alive. And the nice thing about it, see the big base here where they use the whole base, so speed is of the essence, and that's why the miners work great for a big base like this, because they're fast. Otherwise, a lot of people might use other troops and just 2-star it. And really, I had plenty of time. I didn't have to rush dropping the miners at all. So now it's just swinging through. The Grand Warden and Archer Queen are taking some damage here, but we've got 1 healer left. And the miners are cruising through. So it's a good 3-star by my daughter, Awesome. And then my son John also did one this war, so I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so my son's also a Townhall 12. He actually, I think, went up a little bit. So this one, we're probably going to want to drop Earthquake here to weaken the Eagle artillery, open up these walls for us. That way we can get to the heroes and the Eagle. And then at that point we'll be able to drop the miners. So ideally you get rid of the Eagle Tower, the heroes, take out the Clan Castle troops, and then you're good to go. On a Townhall 13, as I showed you, you know, you'll have scatter bombs to worry about as well. So again, you're raging the Archer Queen so she can take out as much as possible. Eagle artillery, Clan Castle troops. You let them with the rage, so you're still raging the healers to keep her alive. Maybe drop a poison here. Okay, guess we're gonna do it with, okay, there we go, drop the poison now. Take out their Barb King, so you got their main heroes down. Get this artillery out. Okay, so now we've dropped the hogs, and then we'll be dropping the miners here soon. So probably waiting for the hogs to get close to here. Now you're dropping the miners. Hogs are gonna distract as the miners come through, and they'll meet up, and hopefully just go like that. So ideally you want to take out a big chunk and then cruise around with the miners. And then from here it's just real quick. So the miner speed. Here we go. There's a couple bonus miner attacks.